Ahora, Scott Jennings, esta persona, sobre los actos de terrorismo hacia Tesla desde la izquierda, él dice, Donald Trump dijo que esto eran terroristas nacionales. Todos se rieron y se burlaron que esto era mentira. Ese video de los ataques me parece terrorismo. Y Donald Trump tenía razón de que estas personas son alborotadores internos que tienen que ser arrestados por el Departamento de Justicia. ¿Dónde está Pamela Bondi para que se haga cargo de estas personas? Escucha esto.
So, doubtful it's Republicans attacking Tesla dealerships around the country. It's pretty wild, actually. The other night, Donald Trump said these are domestic terrorists. Everybody laughed about it and scoffed at it. That video looks like terrorism to me. I mean, it's obviously an organized, coordinated effort, however people are communicating with each other, to do this to people around the country who chose to buy a Tesla at some point in the past, many of whom I'm sure were Democrats who bought them in the first place, all because their entire political worldview is ruled by their emotions. And that's the American left right now. It is one angry mob after another willing to take things into their own hands, up to and including keying, firebombing, and otherwise vandalizing cars and car dealerships and charging stations. It's outrageous. It is terrorism. People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
So when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never. I don't
Are
support.
you okay with
I know you haven't been around for a while. So let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me educate you.
No, you don't need to patronize
you don't need to. You don't need to be condescending to me. So let me educate you about my position. You want to attack me? Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let's do this January 6th and then near.
I'm sorry you're getting emotional.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're a condescending person who hasn't been paying attention to what I do.
Okay.
Stop, guys.
So here's the issue. I didn't support what happened on January the 6th and was one of the first Republicans to call it out. I don't support the pardons. I have repeatedly, just like my friend Ashley here, said that no violence in our political system is acceptable. But this right here, what's going on with a guy who helps our country, who runs successful companies, who doesn't have to be doing this, and now one of his companies is under systematic terroristic threat and violence all over the country, and people seem to be laughing about it or fine with it, it's outrageous. I've sat at this table and had people say, we should cut Elon Musk from the government totally. He rescued our astronauts today. Is that what we want? The treatment of this guy is outrageous. These people who are doing this need to be found, put in jail, and made an example of. That's my point.
Anyone who commits violence.
Elon Musk dice, estoy aquí porque me preocupa mucho que Estados Unidos se declare en bancarrota debido a la corrupción y el despilfarro. Y si no hacemos algo, el barco de Estados Unidos se va a hundir. Todos estamos en ese barco. Esto podría ser un mensaje para las personas adineradas y con muchos recursos. Recuerden que todos estamos en el mismo barco de Estados Unidos, no importa tu posición. Su empresa no va a existir si el barco de Estados Unidos se hunde. Debemos hacer todo lo posible para garantizar la fortaleza de Estados Unidos en el futuro o nos vamos a hundir todos. Elon Musk advierte a las personas millonarias. No importa si tengas mucho dinero y puedas soportar una crisis. Estamos en el mismo barco. Si el barco se hunde, no importa cuánto dinero tengas, tú vas a caer también. Porque aquí se trata de asegurar los sedimentos, se trata de preservar las bases del barco para que no se pueda hundir. Porque si se hunde, tú también te vas a hundir. Y no importa la cantidad de dinero que tengas.
You know, the average American makes $66,000 a year. We're close to $40,000 in debt. You said to me in our last interview, we won't have a country unless we fix it now. Can you explain why this is so important that we identify all this waste?
Yes, the government the government waste and fraud is so high that it's causing a $2 trillion annual deficit. So that's $2,000 billion of waste and fraud that's happening. And the cost of our debt has gotten so high that just the interest payments on the debt exceed the entire military budget. And it was just growing out of control. So the country was going bankrupt. It's just, a country is no different from a person. If a country overspends and doesn't spend wisely, just like a person, a country will go bankrupt. So the reason I'm here is because I'm very worried about America going bankrupt due to the corruption and waste. And if we don't do something about it, the ship of America is going to sink. And we're all on that ship. You know, and this may be a message to, you know, people out there who have, you know, are wealthy, have a lot of means, or control companies. It's like, just remember, we're all in ship America here. Your company is not going to exist if the ship of America sinks. And we should do everything we possibly can to ensure that America is strong for far into the future.
And for
or we're all
doing
sunk.
that,